See the looks on the faces of the
inexcusable.
Absolutely inexcusable. Everyone out there slugging it out for the entire game. Execute your...
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now a first down throw. Stafford hits his man. It's Brandon Pettigrew. And he's brought down after a good gain. 26 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down Detroit. Shift together here from the D-line. Stafford on first down. And this complete to the tight end Pettigrew. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. It'll go as a gain of 12. And that'll be good enough for a Cincinnati first.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
Again, here's Bernard. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep for the Lions, it's Golden Tate. And Detroit getting set to go now. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Lady! Big 20, big to the right,
They'll run it now out of the gun. Look at the spin. Theo Riddick, the 40. The 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Theo Riddick, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going for the defensive guys. Plays like that really hurt.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And oh, he kicked it out of bounds. That's a big penalty.
And this is where the rest of the team turns and stares at the kicker and says, you have one job. Execute it.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So they're operating in the red zone. Dalton gives to Bernard. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Giovanni Bernard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And his kick is right through. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. First down at Stafford. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 23 yards on the play. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. This complete to Jones. And outbounds right around the 20. In the red zone this time.
Here we go, lady. Omaha, ready to move. Set, lady.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
Vontaze Burfict is a super talent and a fierce competitor. He can do it all at the linebacker position.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
We're rolling.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. This will be caught at about the 3. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Time running out here on the play clock. Here's Stafford. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Second down following the incompletion. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Open is Tate. Touchdown, Lions. Golden Tate hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. First down throw coming for Dalton. To the left side here for Eifert. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give them a fresh set of downs. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. First and 10 for Dalton. To the left side here for Eifert. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. It's second down. Dalton looking. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Blue 10. Dagger. Zebra.
Second down, Dalton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end.
Zebra.
3rd down from the gun. Dalton got his man. It's Eifert. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Zebra. Blue 10.
Dalton, 1st and 10. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down. This will be Dalton again. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tahir Whitehead. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Stafford eluding the pressure right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. In the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Prater's kick is on the money, it's good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? 12 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Bengals a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They got 29 yards there, and the Bengals are going to have a first down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. shift together here from the D-line. Second and 10, Stafford again. Out to the flat for Rennick. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the back.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Geno Atkins, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On third down, here's Washington. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup there. And that'll bring up fourth down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down. And they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down. But guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
So we've reached... All right, hang on here. We'll jump over halftime. Just let the system and graphics catch up. Okay, all set. Third quarter now. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
So much for halftime adjustments by the defense because you know they had to talk about it. The entire first half, they struggled to contain him. And here he is coming out in the second half and establishing the same tone. Still running the football with authority, still gaining big yardage. So I just figure on the offensive side, they said well, there is no adjustment. Until they slow us down, keep going at them, keep handing them the football.
Big 20, big 9.
They go back to Rennick. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But that certainly felt like an example of a defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game, they want to keep it going.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Give them 11 on the gain there, and it's good enough for a Detroit first down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. They come out here in the eye. Play clock winding down. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
In order to complete it, blocking out in front, timing of the quarterback with the receiver, and oftentimes everything gets set, and guess what? They drop the football.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
40 gun. 40 gun.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Here's Sam Martin now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They come up in an offset eye.
380.
They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second.
Side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
They send Green to the left on his own. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. On the screen, Bernard. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Tackle made there by Haloti Nada. Second down, Dalton. Underneath, this is Bernard. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a carry for Bernard. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. A first down throw coming for Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. 8 yards to go here on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
And how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. Now 4th down.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys are always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Set, lady. Check, 59.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And this complete to the tight end Pettigrew. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Stafford. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys...
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. They'll run again with Bernard. And not much running room. Down to the 32. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Alshon Jeffrey, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And they're going to speed things up here.
Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little bit and hold it until the evening. It's almost like a Broadway premiere. Got to wait until the nighttime to go out there in front of the bright lights. And boy, he harnessed himself really well, and now he's unleashing it on the opponents.
18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down Detroit.
At the end of big-time seasons where runners have those special, magical years, you know who gets rewarded. It's the offensive lineman. He's going to buy them gifts that he's going to commemorate the year and show his appreciation and thanks. This drive is going towards that because he's locked in, they're locked in. The only thing that's left now is to try and find a way to finish it in the end zone.
With Kidder here, it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be second and very short.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great...
And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. It's second down. Dalton looking. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. And the offense in that middle ground here on third down. 3rd and 5. Third down from the gun. Dalton. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's brought down after a good gain. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Here's Bernard. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Ordinarily, the responsibility for not letting edge pressure disrupt the play falls on the offensive tackles. Their job, to push that edge pressure so far wide they can't either get to the quarterback or the runner, especially on a draw.
And Dalton to throw. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Detroit getting set to go now. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down. Not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offense.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Shift together here from the D-line. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Bengals, It's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Detroit.